I feel so blessed to just like be able to bring my relationship conditioner, the situation that I go through, to you, the master of this. And like, I know I'm just going to get whatever you say is just going to be a perspective on it. So I want to, while people are tapping their questions, something happened today where it was so obvious to me that my problem was my own insecurity. And, like it was a disturbing situation that happened, and I like wanted to reach out and like communicate to the people that I was insecure, had the insecurities about.
Yeah.
And I held back a little bit. I kept this communication very polite. Didn't communicate too much, and eventually the energy like flowed and it passed. And my question is really like, are you at your stage in development still weeding up insecurities, and what do you do about it when you catch it?
I catch it later if it's an insecurity. Terry says hi, Arash's Angels.
Hi, Terry. Hi.
What I mean by that is well, let's say where does my insecurities, where do they manifest? They would manifest in relationships, right? I have 5 girlfriends.
And even how to like identify it. Like, how do I know if the problem I'm having is like an insecurity?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So whenever there's some sort of a disagreement, an argument, and I look for this. Here's some advice for everybody. I look for the time when I start to behave emotionally in a way that's a little bit out of control in my own estimation. Like damn, bro, like I expected more of myself. Like if I'm a little bit off, right? And let's say the argument is now still going, it's through text or phone call or even in person, or it's ended. Many times it's ended. But I catch myself thinking about the situation and thinking about, man, why did I act like that? There's my first clue. Is when I take a look back and I'm like, I'm really not okay with the way I acted. Every time I find that, I always find some insecurity at the bottom of it, okay? Because I'm acting out of fear. And fear comes from insecurity. Now, insecurity is such an ugly word for seduction because it is literally the most unseductive thing you could be. If you want to seduce women, it's all about security. Okay, that's just what it is. And vice versa. Okay, it's kind of like a woman that's secure with herself, but I'm not talking about the confident lad. No. You stay shy, but you're secure with yourself. Okay, what do I mean by that? My girlfriends, they know I have other girls. They know everything that's going on, right? They remain shy, but they're secure with themselves, right? They're not just like, I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like whatever the fuck he wants to do, they don't talk like that, right? And they're soft and they're feminine, right? But they're secure with themselves. There's a big fucking difference. So I'm not talking about security sounding loud. I'm talking about being secure with oneself. Like, I don't have a problem with that. Why? Because I'm secure with that. And so when I act in ways when I look back and I check my emotion and I go, man, it seemed like my emotion was a little bit pushed more than it should have been. I look right there. I look further back. And I do that not necessarily for the other person or myself. It's not about that even. It's about, I don't want to have that, right? I don't want to have that weakness. Like I'm a warrior. I grew up as a warrior. That's what I do. Now I'm a practicing yogi. Like I'm a yogi. I just don't talk about it, right? I practice yoga every fucking day except like one day a week I don't do it. But come on, man. Okay. But as my practice, it's always, I'm facing myself. I'm challenging myself. I'm going after the world. Like this is the spirit of the warrior is in me, you know? A lot of times, if my life is going the way it's going, it's smooth most of the time, right? Most of the time it's smooth. And it kind of lulls me into sleep. And then every once in a while, somebody tries to get aggressive with me online or tries to get aggressive with me somewhere. And that moment where they really get aggressive, like I'm like, oh, this fucking guy is actually going to be aggressive now. Boom. I come to life. I breathe because it's been too quiet around here. And I always say to my girlfriends, okay, now I'm here. Fuck, I needed that one, right? This guy, I don't know what the fuck was that. I mean, what am I going to do? Fight girls all day? Right? How tough am I really? I had solved problems with my girls. Like, welcome to my fucking world. Yeah, I make big deals. I make deals with gangsters. I make deals with celebrities. I make deals with all goddamn people. I'm talking about deals with money. I've yet to make a money deal with the people I just said. I'm talking about make deals with them, okay? They're really cool money, but deals, handshakes and fortunes and things like that and empires. That's what I like to do. That's my game. That's my game in life, okay? To create INC Nation so powerful that we could have access to anything. then don't worry about the money. You know, it's not a problem. 10 million people giving $1 is $10 million. So it's not a problem, right? Just grab 10 million people and make sure that they all want to be there. They all want to do what they're doing, right? So insecurity for me shows up whenever I feel like I've used an emotion incorrectly, okay? Or too much. The volume was too loud, maybe on the emotion. Like, what the fuck was that? I look back and I find there was a fear in there, right? Because when fear kicks in, I get aggressive. All right? That's like when I get angry. I don't get fearful, I get angry. So I invite everybody listening to take a look at that. A lot of times when you get angry, check to see if you're not fearful. You may be scared of something. You may be scared of losing something or gaining something you don't want. And so then anger is an emotion. For me, that's what it is. Because I'm now, very few times are you going to see me say I'm scared. Right. You know what I mean? Like if it comes to my mind and I'm in a conversation with somebody who's like a family member or something, I will say, okay, yeah, I'm nervous about that, right? I'm scared about the outcome of that. Like I would tell somebody that I trust, but it doesn't even enter my head like that half the time. It just goes more than half the time. I'm just getting angry because I don't want to be scared, right? I don't want to be scared if I'm at the fucking house and there's a boom in the night. I want to get angry. I don't want to get up and shiver in my bed and be like, oh my God, who was that? I want to get up and grab a fucking knife or a gun and run down and say, who the fuck is that? See, that the two emotions act differently in danger. So for myself, fear doesn't work because fear freezes and I cannot do that. Wouldn't have made it where I'm at. I have to go towards whatever is scaring me, right? Mm-hmm. I'm that guy who, you know, if you catch me in a horror movie or something, and I'm gonna only run so long from a fucking vampire or a werewolf or whatever the fuck it is. I'm only gonna run long enough where I still have energy to fight the damn thing. I'm not gonna exhaust myself from it because it's gonna catch me anyways. So if I know it's gonna catch me, I'm gonna turn the fuck around and I'm gonna use, instead of my legs going that way, I'm gonna run towards the damn thing. So if I knew for a fact that a lion was gonna kill me, like it's me, there's a full-grown lion walks into my room. Try to go. I'm going to run towards the lion. I'm going to do that. Why? There's more chance in nature of winning that fight if I run. Right? So that's just it. I've already decided. Right? The worst that the biggest enemy can do to me is make me attack it. The biggest consequence that will befall my life if I'm faced with an enemy that I cannot defeat is I'll attack it as hard as I can. Okay, if I know I can defeat it, I probably won't attack it. Just to show off. Okay, what do we got?
Seriously, man, and shout out to your honey badger lesson on the mentorship.
Honey badger.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Honey badger.